The community house was originally built in 1927, and it's seen a lot of heavy use over almost 90 years of its existence. It's been the center for civic and cultural activity for the islands all those years. A lot of people come through here in the course of those almost 90 years. It's been remodeled a few times. It was added on to in 1960s and in the 1970s. But this is the first time it's had a sort of a total renovation, and it really needed it because all the systems, the fundamental things in the building like plumbing and electrical and AV and communications and even things like restrooms and kitchen facilities, all woefully out of date, so they needed to be replaced. Well, the community house has, in the beginning when the community house was built, when the community house was first built, there really was no place to get together on Sanibel. So the people who lived here at that time said, let's build a facility where we can have community gatherings. And they built the community house to serve that purpose, and then it got used that way ever since, really. The major things that happen in town, activities that individuals have, that clubs have, that organizations have, all came out of the community house. Almost all the major facilities that you know of in Sanibel got their start at the community house. Things like the library, City Hall, those were all initially operated out of this place. And ever since then, those purposes have changed, but the busy schedule continues with clubs and associations and organizations and individuals and businesses using this place for their activities. Well, you know, the original community house was put up by the citizens, and they passed the hat and donated the land, donated the materials and the labor and the money to buy what they couldn't produce themselves, and built the place in 1927. And ever since then, it's been operated by the SCA, the Sanibel Community Association, as a nonprofit, supported by the community. This renovation, a lot bigger than the original construction project. Obviously, this is a $3 million project, but it's been supported the same way by the citizens of the islands donating to the cause. And I'm very proud of the fact that we're able to raise that money across the broad spectrum of people who live on Sanibel. So that spirit of giving is still here. CA is a 501c3 operation. It's a nonprofit. It's supported by donations, by user fees, and dues from the members of the association. So there's no tax money involved at all in the operation of this place or in this reconstruction job.
How long did it take to raise the money?
Well, we've been working on it over the last year, and we're not pros at this, at raising money, but I think our people have done a really effective job of executing that campaign. So in the course of a year, we've been able to put together the money it takes to get this done. Certain parts of the building are not being changed at all. In fact, they're being restored. Our original community house building, which is the front part of this facility along Periwinkle, is on the Register of Historic Places, and it has to be preserved, and this project will in fact be preserving and restoring that structure. But the rest of the place is pretty much a complete top to bottom redo, reconstruction. The main meeting rooms won't change in size a lot, but they'll be redecorated completely. You won't recognize them when you walk in the building. We're going to open up the interior a bit, so it will be perceived as somewhat more open when people come into the building. But what's being added are things like much larger restrooms, much larger and well-equipped kitchen, a larger office, a larger lobby and reception area as you enter the facility. So those things are all part of the expansion of the building. But the main meeting rooms will be pretty much the size they have been. This whole platform here that is going to be poured today makes you understand that the expansion of the place, which looking at the building so far, it seems to looks like, well, we tore the middle part out. And,
Yeah. Now what's going to be put in the middle part then?
Well, you know that you know the way that worked before, the middle room, which connected the front room, the old one, with two doors that went into the auditorium. That room will be pretty much as it was, but with a more vaulted ceiling in there. Interesting openings to this back where the kitchen is, and also to the lobby. So it'll just open up more. It's going to be a hallway that runs down to a door to the auditorium that's here. So there'll be two doors into the auditorium. The original one, which is up here in the corner, and then this major entrance. Conference room's going to sit in here. The new conference room sits in here. Offices and restrooms are, this is restrooms here, obviously all these pipes. Offices are over there, and the lobby immediately down there. That will go in here, Ken. In this wall is sort of a big window opening into the kitchen, so you can sit out here and watch what's going on. It's sort of like a restaurant these days. It's opened up, but you'll be able to close it when you don't want to look in there. But they're going to use that for cooking classes and that sort of thing, where you can have an audience sitting in here.
Are they going
people cooking in there.
Are they going to put jacks in the floor for audio-visual stuff? Or?
Yeah, we're still working on the specifics of that plan, but yeah, there's going to be, you see wiring already in the floor here.
How they do all this stuff is just amazing to me.
Look at that! Saw that concrete like it was butter.
Yeah, that's the scariest machine I saw when they were building my house. Get that thing out, man. They cut that rebar. You see the rebar cutter?
No.
I got it's a machine about this big. It's sticking it more.
That's it.
Yeah.
That quick.
It's phenomenal. And a pipe threader. That was amazing. Then I saw, I got some good video. They're putting the AC out there.
Yeah, that was a last minute decision when you took down the covers of those old conduits up there, the pipes up there, the air conditioning ducting.
Yeah.
And they're kind of nasty and.
Well, I don't think they were insulated. These were insulated, so that should,
Yeah, exactly.
that should cut down on the.
So that was a little bit of an additional. We've had a few surprises that have led to additional costs. That was one. The foundation under this edge of the old building was all kind of screwed up because of the way it had been put in, kind of in pieces over the years.
They took the floor off. They just had cement blocks. And
Yeah.
stuff
So
sitting on top of that.
when that happened, we had to build in additional work and additional money to put some piers in there, put a big steel beam across there to hold that weight. Look at this. We've never really had a proper curtaining system in here. You know, we've never had a curtain at all. It's just been an open stage. So what's going to happen is that framework there will get drywall, but there will be a curtain. There will be a back curtain, a front curtain. Actually, a couple of front curtains, closable front curtains are in the plan. So we're looking at still have to make some decisions on materials and stuff. But the idea is to have it be framed more like a proscenium in a theater, and also be able to close it off. So if you're having like a wedding dinner in here and you're not using the stage, you don't have to look at it.